It was a beautiful sunny day. The morning preceding the attack, there were 12 overflights of Israeli aircraft observing us, very friendly.
Earnest Gallo remembers the day like it was yesterday, not too different from any other service day, but he says all that changed when from a lower deck he heard an attack coming from Israeli forces firing upon the USS Liberty from the air and sea.
All of a sudden, Israeli aircraft came out of the sky and started strafing and bombing the ship. And the attack was in 3 phases.
On June 8, 1967, Gallo says 34 U.S. servicemen died in the attack. Another 174 were wounded. They were honored over the weekend during a wreath-laying ceremony at the tomb of the unknown soldier at Arlington National Cemetery. The Israeli regime paid nearly $20 million in compensation to the victims and the U.S. government since then. However, survivors say there has never been an extensive investigation as to what happened despite numerous letters sent to lawmakers. This year marks the 46th anniversary of the attack on the USS Liberty. Veterans and survivors of the attack traveled here from all over the country. They say this is an important issue that more Americans need to know about. Several U.S. politicians were invited to come to the ceremony. None attended. Some say that the true details of what happened were covered up by the president at the time, Lyndon Johnson, but are still ignored to this day.
Very angry. I'm getting disgusted with it. I was only 19 at the time. Now I'm 65. I'm getting disgusted. You won't find it in the history book. If you do, I wish you'd let me know.
Other veterans say that the United States is not acting in its own best interests, where money to foreign wars has overshadowed much-needed domestic services.
It just seemed like we too often placed the interests of other countries, especially Israel, above the interests of our own country.
Like the brave men who kept the Liberty afloat after the attack, veterans like Gallo say they will continue to push for the truth to be known on that fateful day.
I was very upset that our supposed to be our ally would be so vicious to try and sink the ship as hard as they did, and they got away with murder.
One observer noticed that the wreath commemorating the USS Liberty only remained in place for a few minutes before it was replaced by another wreath from a different entity. Colin Campbell, Press TV, Washington.